Hi folks, I'm Ian Baker, the product specialist with Camping World, and today we're going to go over the 2018 Coleman Light 2305 QB. This is a great couples model with a huge rear bathroom. But let's start off right over here on the kitchen. They've changed a couple things here, and one of them is they've gone to nicer upgraded countertops. You have the thermoformed countertops here instead of your standard T-molding, which not only looks a lot nicer, but it's also more durable and allows for an undermount sink. So the big advantage of that, as you can see, you have the sink top cover here. It makes for great usable prep space, and the undermount's just a much cleaner look here. You can see that right there. Nice big bowls, larger bowl on the left, smaller one on the right, and the residential style faucet here, which makes it nice and easy to wash and rinse dishes. You'll see right over to the side is the 3-burner cooktop, with the front one being high output, and directly behind that you have this beautiful backsplash. I like this one. It's very functional. The backsplash here is obviously a lot easier to clean than the wallboard behind it. And 2, you have an LED rope light there, which is great because it helps lighten it up, gives it a really cool look, and helps brighten up your cooking space in general. Speaking of that, right up above, you have this fully functional stainless steel hood with an LED light. Most manufacturers are still putting in halogen lights in here, which will kill your battery if you're out boondocking. Not the case here. This is a nice bright LED light, and then you have a fan in there as well. Directly up above that is your microwave. And then if we move over to this side here, you can see that they kind of put like this beadboard in, which I like, kind of helps break it up, give it a nice look. The brushed nickel pulls here, open that up. You have good pantry space up top there. You don't have a style here either. So if you want to put some bigger items up there, you can certainly do that. And directly underneath that is an LED light, again, helping to brighten up that kitchen space with a window right behind it. If we take a look underneath the countertop here, you see you have some storage right here as soon as you walk in. Now you can do a couple different things with this. If you want, you can put pots and pans down in there. The other option is if you want to use this for like shoe storage when you come in, you can take your shoes off and put those under there as well. The other thing I want to point out on this side is right over here. This is really cool, folks. This is the in-command system. What this essentially is your entire control panel in this nice little panel right here. You can see you can control your lights right here, your awning lights, your slide, the awning itself, your water heater. Note that you can do both electric or propane, or both at the same time for higher recovery. Water pump is there. Your tank monitoring panel, everything you want is right there. And the cool thing about it is you can have a code set on there too. So if kids or grandkids come over, they're little kids, 1, it's up high, but 2, they're not going to be able to get in there and mess with your slide or awning or anything like that. As we move back down below, we take a look at the storage right in front of the sink. You see you have a cubby hole right here. Directly underneath that, you see some storage right there. The thing I like about this is it is big enough you can put a small trash can in there. And for me, that's a huge deal. I hate having to tie my trash can around a pole or my trash bag and have it sitting out in the middle of the living space. I like to have it tucked away, and you can certainly do that there. You'll also notice you have an oven here in case you want to do some baking. And then right over to this side, kind of rounding out your kitchen, is the Norcold fridge freezer combo. You can take a look in there, see it has plenty of space, nice and big. You have the little drawer right down below here. This unit does run off both propane and electric, and also has automatic switchover. This unit does have LED lights throughout the ceiling, by the way, and you have a low profile 13.5 BTU AC. Right back here, before we go into the bathroom, you'll see you have your thermostat. This will control both your heat and your AC. And right down below, you see the electrical outlet in case you need to plug anything in from the dinette. But we'll get to that slide in just a second. First, I want to show you this bathroom, and folks, it is huge. Take a look at this. If you're sick of having a couples coach, an RV, and you have this teeny tiny bathroom where you're crammed in, then this is one you're going to fall in love with. Right over here, I'll open this up for you. You can take a look. Beautiful large linen closet right there. If you can't fit your towels and bathroom accessories in there, then you have too much stuff with you for camping. But I definitely really do like that. Right next to that, is the shower. Take a look at the size of the shower here. Nice big shower. I'll step in here to give you an idea of height. I'm 6 foot. You see I have plenty of room here. Plus I have the skylight, which gives me an extra couple inches. Plenty of room to be able to move around. Nice hand wand makes it really easy to shower as well. Right down here, you'll see that you have your sink top and vanity. Underneath that, a little bit of storage there, maybe enough space to put a smaller trash can if you want a bathroom trash. Electrical outlet for your hair dryer, curling iron, things like that. Mirrored medicine cabinet. A lot of RVs in this length don't have a medicine cabinet at all. That's just a single mirror. And in here, you have a ton of storage. Robe hook right over here to the side, place to hang your towel up. Of course, you have your vent fan up top there, ducted AC as well as heat in the bathroom. So, it doesn't matter what time of year you're camping, you'll stay comfortable. Toilet right down here in the corner. I'll take a seat. You can see I have plenty of room, both for my legs as well as my shoulders. I'm pretty wide in the shoulders, but I still have pretty decent room in here. I don't feel pinched in or closed in at all. And my favorite part about this, porcelain bowl, folks. This is super easy to clean. That's a big deal to me. I like things clean, and when you have a plastic bowl, over time it starts to get stained, gets kind of gross. You won't have that issue with a porcelain bowl here. Then if you take a look at the storage right here, take a look at that. You have nice big storage in there. If the one across the way wasn't enough, then that certainly has to be. Tons of storage, and you have wardrobe space right in here. You have a massive hanging rod going all the way across. So with a big bathroom like this, you can store the majority of your clothes in here because you have plenty of room to easily change. So again, if you like big bathrooms in a smaller RV, that is one of the best bathrooms you'll find. Right over here to the side, this is our slide out. It's on the off door side. You'll see some good storage right over here. For me, this is probably where I'd put pots and pans. Now, obviously you can put whatever else you want in there, but you don't have a ton of large kitchen storage in this floor plan, so that's probably what I'd do here. Or if you need that extra pantry space, you can use this as a large pantry as well. And then right underneath, you see you have 3 nice big full extension ball bearing drawers there. Then over here to the side is your dinette. Of course, you have windows on both sides, so it lets in a lot of natural light right up top here, as you would expect. When I take a seat here, the thing I do like about this dinette is it's nice and spacious. A lot of times when you sit down, your dinettes are really tight. It's hard to squeeze in here, or the table's like right on top of your legs. Not an issue in the Coleman here. You see I have plenty of room, and as you would expect, this does drop down into extra sleeping space. Simply remove these legs right here. The table will sit along the rails. Take the back cushions, put them on top, and that will create your bed right there. We move over to the entertainment center here. So, if you're sitting in a dinette, you want to watch some TV, you can do a couple things, especially with the floor plan. I have some people, that complain if they don't have a couch in a floor plan, right? They really want a couch, and I completely understand. What you can do with the dinette here, though, and I've seen people do it, you can drop that down basically into a bed, sit up against one side, be able to watch the TV, or obviously you can just sit there and watch it too. But either way, I do like the upgraded entertainment center that they have here. Nice and wide, so you're able to fit a bigger TV in, right? The height isn't as important today because your TVs aren't square. You'll have a wide screen. So I like the fact you can fit in a bigger one. Hookups are right over here, of course. You'll see you have nice lit top as well as bottom. It just gives it a nice accent, helps give it that little eye appeal, that pop that you want when someone walks inside your RV. Multimedia center right here. This is a radio, CD, and DVD player. This hooks right in the back of the TV. That way you can pop a movie in here. You don't have to bring a separate DVD player with you. And then you have some additional storage right over here. As we step into the bedroom, you'll notice that you have 2 actual slider doors here rather than a curtain. For me, I really like that. It gives you that added sense of privacy, especially if you do have guests that are sleeping out in the dinette. So I love the fact that they put in actual doors here. But my favorite part of the bedroom is this right here, and that is the fact that this is a 60 by 80 residential queen size bed. You don't find that very often, especially in a travel trailer this size. Generally, you get the RV queen, and if you're a taller person, your feet hang off, it's not comfortable, they're jammed into the doors. It won't be an issue here. If you can sleep on a queen bed at home, this is the exact same size, which I love. Nice, comfortable mattress here too, and then you'll also see you have storage right here underneath. Now on the sides of the bed, you have a couple different storage solutions. The one side here, you'll see you have some shelving up top. It does have a mirrored door on there. Underneath, you get a nice big nightstand with a drawer. So it's a great spot to put a glass of water before bed. Or if you have a CPAP machine or electronics you need to charge, you can put them right there. And you'll see right underneath, you have your standard electrical outlet as well as your dual USB ports. On the other side here, you have wardrobe hanging space. You have a hanging rod that goes across right there. You have a pull-out drawer here underneath. And then again, you have your electrical outlet as well as dual USB ports right down here. Going across the top, you see you have the tinted glass with storage there, and then an LED reading light underneath. I also love the headboard here. You know, it kind of has that nice wood rustic look. I like the fact that they did that. It gives that, you know, that feel that you're out in the woods camping. So I do like that. Last thing I want to touch on is if you want TV in the bedroom, do not worry. They did put a backer right here in the wall, so you know exactly where to mount that, and then your connections are right up top on the ceiling. Now that we've seen the inside, let's take a quick look at some of the outside features on the 2018 Coleman Light 2305 QB. Starting right up front here, you have your two 20-pound propane tanks with a cover. Super simple and easy to get in there. Just undo these two thumb screws, lift up the door, and there are your two tanks. Right behind that, you see rails here for your batteries. And then coming up the front, they have this nice rock guard. It's like a diamond embossed plate here. This helps protect the front end from some of the rocks and debris that will get thrown up by your tow vehicle. Something else that I like that's new for this year is this right here. This is an industry-leading 3-year structural warranty, folks. If you're worried about buying an RV, maybe it's your first time out there and you want that peace of mind, you don't get much better than that right there. Coming around to the side, this is a fully laminated product. You can see that right there. So beautiful fiberglass on the outside, aluminum structure, just as you would expect. Right here is solar prep. That's another great thing to have, especially if you like to go out boondocking. All you have to do is simply buy the portable panels, plug it in right here, and that will trickle charge your battery. Then as we take a look at the pass-through, you see you have a covered hinge here, so that way your hinge won't rust out and you have a bunch of rust coming down the door. You don't have to worry about that. Huge wide door on here, which is awesome. A lot of times, like myself, I bring some executive chairs, some bigger grills, things like that. You need a wide door like this to be able to fit those in a pass-through. And then you'll also see it's magnetic. So that way you can just set it up there, not having to worry about any clips or anything breaking off. If you take a look inside, you'll see it's nice and clean. Everything's finished off here. You don't have any plumbing or anything coming through. You can see the aluminum structure along the top there. And then you'll notice a couple other things. One, you see an LED light strip in here. Rather than just have a light on this side, one on the other, you have it a strip so it completely lights up your entire pass-through. Another, if you take a look at the other side, you will see that that door is just as big as the one on this side. And that's important too with the pass-through. If you have bigger items, maybe you're bringing a ladder and you're trying to stick it through there, this will allow you to be able to get it out the other side as well. And then you'll also notice this right here, this big box is your in-command system. That center I showed you inside, this is basically the brains of the unit. So if you ever have to get into it and check some things out, this you can get in right here and you can control a lot of those things manually. So that is definitely something you'll just want to keep note of as far as where it is located. Right underneath, you see some skirting right out down here, kind of that same look that we had on the front, nice look to it. Power stabilizer jacks. You'll have those both on the front as well as on the back. And if you take a look underneath, one of the other things I really like that's new for this year is you'll see they are lit up. The reason that's really nice is if you're like me, a lot of times when you're hooking up at night, it's after work, by the time you get to the campsite, it's dark out. So having these lights will make it nice and easy so you can see your stabilizer jacks. It also gives it a cool look at night. And if you're wandering around late at night, it helps you find your RV and your campsite. So I do like the fact that those are lit up there. If we take a look all the way up top, a couple things. We'll start with the roof. It's one of those things you don't get to look at very often, is the roof of an RV. Coleman uses a TPO roof rather than an EPDM or rubber roof. The big advantages of TPO is the fact it doesn't chalk. So you don't have all that white chalking. You don't have the runoff nearly as bad. So as far as that, it makes it a lot easier to keep clean. It's basically a maintenance-free roof. Obviously you want to make sure you check your caulk and stuff like that, or your self-leveling agents. But other than that, it is pretty much maintenance-free, which is great. Right underneath that is the power awning. Touch a button to roll that out. Same thing to have it go right back in. And you have an LED light strip on there. That is all controlled by that in-command system inside. Right underneath that, you see you have two outside speakers. Those are controlled by that multimedia center inside, but that unit is Bluetooth capable. So if you want to sit out here with your smartphone or tablet, you can certainly control that from outside here underneath your awning. Getting in is nice and simple. You see you have the foldable easy grab handle, so that way you have something to grab onto. It gives you good control when entering or exiting the RV. And you have 3 foldable aluminum steps. The great thing about aluminum is the fact it doesn't rust out on you. They'll stay looking nice. And you see you have the grip tape on there, so you have excellent control even after it rains when you're going in or out of the RV. If you like to watch TV outside, you do have TV connections right here. Nice and easy to hook up, and as you'd expect, that is underneath the power awning. Fresh water tank. Again, if you like to go boondocking and need to fill your tanks, this is where you'll do it. 60-gallon fresh tank on here, folks. It's a pretty big deal if we're talking boondocking. Water heater right here, and as I had mentioned, we were inside. This one is both gas and electric. And again, you can turn both of those on at the same time for faster recovery. Aluminum alloy wheels. 9 of those look great, but they will stay looking nice because, as I mentioned with the steps, the aluminum doesn't rust on you. Nitrogen-filled tires, so hopefully it'll hold that tire pressure for a longer period of time. The other thing I love about this unit is this right back here. This is something you generally only get on bunk units or rear bath models, which, as we saw, this one had the big rear bath, and that is the outside kitchen. My favorite part is probably this right here. This, in here you can have pops, you can have beer, you can have condiments, whatever you want, stored right out here. Makes it super simple, so you're not constantly going in and out of the RV. It does come with this little grill right here. There's a mount for it in the back. I'll show you that in just a minute. This one essentially runs off the small little Coleman bottle. So buy a bottle, pop it on there, and you have a nice little grill. And then right here, I'll undo that for you, pull this out. Right here you have a prep surface as well as your little faucet with a wash basin there. You'll also notice directly underneath, this is your rear power stabilizer jack. On the back here, you notice a few things mounted on the bumper. One is the grill arm. So this is nice and easy to operate. You pull this pin, this tray drops down. You'll see it's on an arm, so that way it can swing around over to your outside kitchen. Then you just put the grill right on top of that. And then over next to that, you see the spare tire with a cover. Hopefully you never have to use this, but in the event that you do, it's really easy to get to, and the cover will help it stay in good shape. Right up top, you'll see this one does have backup camera prep. That's really nice, folks. If you want a backup camera, having it already prepped makes it a lot simpler to have it installed, meaning it will save you a lot of money. Last couple things on the off-door side. You see you have a cable inlet right here. Your city water fill is right next to that. Directly below is your outside shower with both hot and cold water access. Over here is your 30 amp detachable power cord, and this unit also has a black tank flush. The termination you'll see is right down here, nice and easy to get at. There is your gray valve, and right behind it is the black. All right, folks, that wraps it up. Again, this is a 2018 Coleman Light 2305 QB. If you're interested in this RV and you'd like price and availability, simply click on the link in the description below. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and let's go camping.